Nowadays, you may have seen so many modern websites they do use this kind of effect. This is what you called skeleton loading or the loader. So this effect is not only used by like small websites like the big brand names like YouTube, Google, Facebook, they are using this kind of effect. So we'll build this today with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video. Hello and namaste everyone. This is Jitsaru with Coding Design. Welcome to our channel. If you are new here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can see in the same folder I have two images, bg.jpg and this profile.png. This is me. I'm sad because you can see in the data like most of the people, they are watching my video but they are not subscribing. So please guys, if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe. So in the HTML file, you can see this basic HTML code, and in CSS I have written few codes. If you are using VS Code like me, and if you have installed this extension called live server in the index.html file, if you right click, you can see open with live server. If you hit that option, it will open it in your default browser. And in index.html file, inside body tag I'm writing div with class name card, and inside that I'm giving figure with class name card banner, and inside that I'm writing image and giving source bg.jpg. In the browser you can see, and next to that figure tag I'm creating another div with class name card header, and inside that I'm giving another figure tag with class name card img, and inside that I'm giving image with source profile.png. Okay, now you can see it in your browser. And just next to figure tag, I'm creating another div with class name card details, and inside that I'm creating h1 heading with class name name, and inside that I'm writing coding design. And next to that I'm creating another small tag with class name subs number, and inside that I'm writing 100k subscribers. And just outside of that card header, I'm creating another div with class name card description, and inside that I'm giving 4 more divs with class name line. This is Emmet abbreviation, so if you don't have any idea like how it works, I have created separate video for Emmet. You can check it out. The video's link will be in the description below. And next to that div, I'm creating another div with class name card footer, and inside that I'm creating button tag with class name subs btn, and inside that I'm writing subscribe. In the browser now you can see that button. And okay, I have forgot to give the title, so I'm giving skeleton loader. Let's link our CSS file. So style.css file. Okay, in the CSS file you can see body bg. For the body bg variable I'm giving linear gradient, and I have gave there two, one dark and one light purple color, and I have created the custom color with its value. And in order to prevent the browser's default margin and padding, I have gave their margin 0, padding 0 as a value, and also box sizing to border box. Now let's style the body tag. For the body tag, I'm giving height of 100 VH. Let's give background image. For the background image, I'm giving that body bg variable. So in order to use that variable, I need to write var. So inside that var, I'm giving that body -bg. So in the browser, you can see that color. Similarly, let's give the font. For the font size, I'm giving 1 rem, and for the font family, I'm giving sans serif. Similarly, let's give display flex, justify content center, and also align items to center. In the browser you can see, but dimension of the images are really high, so you can't see proper styling. So later you can see that. Okay, so just wait for that. So now let's style this class card. For the class card, I'm giving width 45 VW, and for the height I'm giving 80 BH. Similarly, let's give background color of that white color. in the browser. Okay, now you can't see that because of that high dimension of images. Okay, so again I'm giving display flex for the card class and also flex direction to column and justify content space between. Now let's style this card banner class. So for the card banner class I'm giving width 100% and for the height I'm giving 35%. And also let's style this both images of figure tag. So I'm writing dot card figure image. For the image I'm giving width and height 100%. Okay, now you can see in the browser now it's taking proper shape. And also let's give this object fit to cover. Now let's style this card header class. For the card header class I'm giving width of 100% and let's give display flex and also align items to center. And also I want to give some padding. For the padding top and bottom I'm giving 0 and for the left and right I'm giving 20 pixel. Now let's give some round corners for the card. So in the card class I'm giving border radius of 10 pixel. But at the top you can see the image is blocking the border radius of the card. So if I give for the card class overflow to hidden, now you can see rounded corner around the card. So now let's tell this David class name card image. So for the class card image I'm giving width of 100 pixel and also height 100 pixel. Similarly let's give some border radius of 50% so that it would make circle. Similarly let's style this class name card details. For the class card details I want to apply this CSS property for all the children of that card details div. So for that I'm giving greater than symbol and asterisk. So for that I'm giving height 15 pixel and also for the border radius I'm giving 10 pixel. Similarly I'm giving margin left 15 pixel. Let's adjust this screen. Now let's style that H1 heading. So for the heading I'm giving font size of 1.4 rem. Similarly let's give some margin bottom. So for the margin bottom I'm giving 15 pixel. Now let's adjust this screen. Let's style this card description class. So for the card description class I'm giving padding. For the top and bottom I'm giving 0 and for the left and right I'm giving 20 pixel. Now let's style that line class. For the line class I'm giving background color of that gray color. And also for the height I'm giving 13 pixel. Similarly let's give some border radius. For the border radius I'm giving 10 pixel. And also let's give some margin. So for the margin top and bottom I'm giving 14 pixel and for the left and right I'm giving 0. In the browser now you can see. Similarly let's target the first David class name line. So for that I'm giving nth child pseudo class. So inside that I'm giving 1. So this 1 is targeting that first David class name line and for that I'm giving width 90%. in the browser. Now you can see. Okay, now let's duplicate this code, and I'm giving there 3, so that 3 will target the third div with class name line. So for that I'm giving width 80%. Let's duplicate this code, and also let's change that 3 to 4, and for the fourth div with class name line I'm giving width of 40%. Now let's style this class name card footer. For the class name card footer I'm giving padding 20 pixel, and also let's give text align to right. Okay, now you can see that button is in the right side. Similarly, let's give some border top. For the border top width I'm giving 1.2 pixel. For the border style I'm giving solid, and also for the border color I'm giving that gray color. Now you can see in the browser. Now let's style this div with class name subs btn. So for the class subs btn I'm giving width of 150 pixel, and for the height I'm giving 45 pixel. Similarly, let's give some background color. For the background color I'm giving red, and also for the color I'm giving that white color. Now let's give some font. For the font width I'm giving 500, and for the font size I'm giving 1.1 rem, and for the font family I'm giving sans serif. Now you can see it in the browser. Similarly, let's remove that border. So I'm giving border none, and also I'm giving outline none. Let's give border radius. For the border radius I'm giving 20 pixel. Okay, now you can see it in your browser. And also let's give cursor to pointer. Now let's create the class name loading. So for the class loading I'm giving background color of that gray color. For the color I'm giving transparent. Now let's give this loading class for both figure tags. Now you can't see any changes in the browser, but if you give for the figure image tag visibility hidden, now you can see that background gray color in your browser. Similarly, let's give same loading class for that heading as well as for that button. So for the heading I'm giving that loading class, as well as for that subscribe I'm giving loading class. Okay, now you can see it in your browser. Okay, I have given their color transparent, so you can't see any text. Okay, similarly let's give background image for that loading class. For the background image I'm giving linear gradient. I'm giving first parameter to right and transparent, and I'm giving dark gray color. So for that I'm writing hash 555. Okay, there are 65, so that last 2 digit, that is 65, that controls the transparency of that color. So that is the alpha value of that color. So for the third color I'm giving transparent. Okay, in the browser now you can see in the middle there is some light gray color. Similarly, let's give background size to, for the x-axis I am giving 200%, and for the y-axis I am giving 100%. Okay, now you can see in your browser that color is taken a bit far. Now let's give animation. For the animation I'm giving animation name loading. For the animation duration I'm giving 1.6 second. For the timing function I'm giving linear, as well as for the iteration count I'm giving infinite. And also now let's give keyframes. So I'm writing add keyframes. Let's give the animation name loading. And at 100% I'm giving background position. For the x-axis I'm giving minus 200%, and for the y-axis I'm giving 0%. So in the browser now you can see that cool animation. Okay, we have forgot to give that class loading for the subscribe button, so let's give loading class for the subscribe button. Similarly, let's give that class loading for that div with class name line. Okay, in the browser now you can see some cool animation, and when the content is fully loaded, I mean the contents of page is fully loaded, then those animations should be hidden. I mean those animations should now stop. So in order to create that kind of effect, we are creating this JavaScript file. I'm creating script.js file. So in the script.js file, I want to target that loading class. You can see there are multiple loading class. I'm writing const loadings is equal to document.query selector all. Remember, I'm writing query selector all, and inside that I'm giving dot loading. So now let's iterate this loading class. So for that I'm writing for loading of loadings. Now I want to show you in the console. So for that I'm writing console.log loading. Okay, let's save. Okay, in the browser now if you press F12 key, let's go to that console tab. Okay, now you're getting nothing. Oh, it's because I have forgot to link our JavaScript file. So at the bottom I'm writing script. For the source I'm giving script.js. If I save, okay, now you can see it in your console, all the div with class name loading. So now let's remove this code. Now I want to give loading.classlist.remove class name loading. So this code will help you to remove the class name loading from all those divs that has class name loading. In the browser, okay, now you can see loading class is removed, but you won't see that image. Okay, it's because in the CSS file you can see for the figure image we have given visibility hidden. Okay, let's copy this code. Now I'm writing const card imgs images card images is equal to document.query selector all, and I'm giving dot card figure image. So again let's duplicate this code. Again we are iterating that card images. So for that I'm writing, let's paste this code. Let's remove that s. That I'm writing card image dot style dot visibility is equal to visible. Okay, now it's not working. Let's say it in the console. What is wrong? Okay, there is error. There was misspell. Okay, let's remove that s. Okay, now you can see images are visible. Now for the card description, we want to remove this line and we want to give some, paragraph, some text. Okay, so for that I'm selecting card description. So for that I'm writing const card desp is equal to document.query selector dot card description. So for the card description I want to give some text. Okay, so for that I'm writing card dot text content is equal to, okay, I'm giving some dummy text. So let's save. Now you can see it in your browser. For the description, that text appears. So now I want to create function name render card. Let's cut this code and let's paste it inside that function. So I want to give some event for the window. So for that I'm writing window.onload and I'm assigning arrow function so that onload, that event is triggered when all the content of your page is loaded. So now let's invoke that render card function, or let's call that render card function when all the contents of your page is fully loaded. Okay, in the browser let's refresh. Okay, in the browser for a little moment you can see that is skeleton loading. It's because we are working on the local machine or local server, so content of the page is loading really quickly. Okay, let's take it to the full screen. I'm pressing F12. Now let's go to the network tab and let's give network speed to fast 3G. if I press Ctrl F5, okay, now you can see that skeleton loading in your browser. You can change that network speed or throttle. If you want to slow down your network speed, you can choose that slow 3G, but I want to keep it to that fast 3G. Now you can see that long blue line. So that is the time indicator that file took to load. So this profile.png, you can see, okay, that was my image, and it took like, if you go to the timing tab, it took like 5.19 seconds to load. So once again, if I press Ctrl F5, now you can see for 5 seconds that animation, and after 5 seconds you will get all the content of your page. So let's press Ctrl F5. So my profile picture took the longest time to load. It was about 5.2 seconds. So for 5.2 seconds you can see that animation, and after that you'll get all the images and text. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did learn something, smash that like button. If you have any kind of queries, let me know in the comment box. Share this video if you think someone needs it. And also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell icon. Remember, there is always more to learn, so keep learning.